Hello map friends and welcome to Eve's Worldbuilding Diary Day 4. I can count to 4, I swear. I feel like maybe I need to come up with an abbreviation for this, like Eve's Worldbuilding Diary. EWUBD. EWUBD? Yeah, really rolls off the tongue. That's great, Eve. Good job. Another work in progress, I think. Having done 3 days worth of videos now, that I need to put some limitations on myself because I think it's going to be really easy for me to end up spending a really long time making them, editing them and posting them. And although it is really fun for me and I love being able to post these every day, I do not want them to detract from the business at hand, which is making maps. So I'm going to cap myself between 8 to 10 minutes on these videos. I mean, occasionally they might be a bit longer if there's something I really need to say, or I'm doing an event or something. But I mean, let's face it, I don't go outside other than to do my walk that often. So the danger of that happening is very low. It's actually been a pretty decent day. I put my headphones on, I was listening to Ori and the Blind Forest soundtrack, and I really made quite a good start on one of the maps from the Vita Mudus world, the human experience maps. And I decided to start with the area of sleep, the country of sleep, the land of Nod, if you will. I'm gonna do a little chatty thing with you now, and then we can see over the next few days how it develops. Let's have a look at the little maparoo. So we have this very questionable map here, which was just my quick scribbles of like where I might want to put stuff. And then I've started to actually draw it out on a piece of paper. So that was pretty good progress for a day, because usually like the planning stage takes me ages and ages. So these are my thoughts so far. Please do let me know down in the comments what you think, if there's anything I'm missing, are there any bits you like, any bits you don't like, and yeah, I hope that we can collaborate on this map. I kind of thought, because this section here kind of connects to the main body of that continent, and this area that would be next to the sleep would be the 5 senses. So I thought that it would be cool if there was like a river that was traveling through the sense area and into the sleep, because I do think that a lot of what we absorb during the day will then get processed at night and will happen when we're asleep. So first, kind of like this area would be the light sleep, and then I kind of did a split. I split a river. Sound the world building alarm. She split a river. This way kind of leads to deep sleep, and this lake is going to kind of be about deep sleep, and it's going to be like this kind of lake that's rumoured to not have a bottom, and people aren't really sure where it goes. You can tell me where you think it goes. And then this way I'm going to have like a big forest here, which is kind of for like daydreaming and like napping. Maybe like a field of power napping where it's just like beautiful flowers that make you feel really energized and stuff. And also here I should mention that these are like rolling hills, very kind of like hobbity feeling, and giving the sense of comfort and that kind of like tranquility that you need in order to go to sleep, that sort of rolling comforting hills. And I've kind of started to do some little pathways as well. So this one kind of like you bridge over the light sleep, and maybe you'll start to go towards deep sleep, or you'll go towards kind of like the daydreaming or power napping situation. And then the other part of the river leads up here, and I kind of wanted it to be quite windy for REM sleep. And then you can see I've started to put a few settlement markers on as well. I imagined that this area here was kind of like for people who like lucid dreaming, and yeah, I kind of imagined that these people were sort of like kind of cleric people. I mean, I'm going to be mentioning D&D races because I play a lot of D&D and I like to always think of everything in terms of D&D. And then as the river goes up, I'm going to have another forest up here, which will be like a forest to do with sleepwalking, and there's going to be like a druidic base camp here, and this is like, I thought I could call them the Mela, like the melatonin people. And these druidic people kind of live in the forest, and yeah, this forest I thought probably could be a bit like Fangorn Forest, and a little bit kind of like creepy but comforting, and dreamlike, and a bit sort of fey realmy, and yeah, the druids that live there are very in tune with that and are always trying to get the right things to the forest that it needs in order to survive and thrive. Down here I thought to have another settlement, which is kind of like for the night owls. And up here I've done like at opposite sides of the country. This would be where the like early birds, the morning risers, would be over here. And then here I did on the little separate island. This is the home of insomnia, as since it's apart from the body of sleep. And here there's a sleep paralysis cave. But yeah, I just thought it was better that insomnia, the concept of insomnia, was over here in this kind of like wasteland of an island. And then here we're going to have like a little a drifting bay. So the tides kind of sweep in and out of here. I don't know if you get this sensation when you're falling asleep, but I really like the motion of swaying. I always fall asleep in cars, even now as an adult, but as a baby my parents used to take me for a drive to try and put me to sleep. So yeah, I just thought that here the movement of the water would be very rhythmic, and yeah, it just made me think it could be a cool place on this map. Oh, I should ask you really whether you consider yourself a morning person or an evening person. So yeah, let me know about that in the comments too. And then across here we've got like nightmare cliffs, and I was thinking that I would do maybe like a really dense, small dense forest here, and then yeah, like these very sheer cliffs, which kind of like represent the nightmares. And then finally this part over here, I thought that here that the peaks around this area are kind of like slightly impenetrable and difficult terrain. They're very windy, and I wanted them to represent kind of like the tossing and turning that you get when you're trying to go to sleep and you just can't, and it's very frustrating. And then this largest peak here, I thought that maybe there could be a watchtower here, and the people there are very kind of like hostile and aggressive, and can very much disrupt your path through the mountains. And I thought that this really reminded me of alarm clocks. But if you are able to make it past these mysterious and tumultuous peaks, you reach the home of sleep, Requiem. And yeah, this is kind of like the place of true rest, where you wake up and you have that glorious feeling that you've slept for 1,000 years, and you wake up a different person, more human somehow. And yeah, I thought that could be an interesting continent, or country, I should say. This is a country, and then this is part of a continent. And oh, I just thought also here, I thought you could probably catch some kind of mysterious boat to take you to the waking dawn, which I guess would be up in this direction. The emotional isles will be kind of like here. So yeah, that is some mapping and some world building as promised. So yeah, let me know what you think down below. Have I missed anything? Is there any bits that you really like? And yeah, I will spend some more time on this tomorrow. Hasta luego!